If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and of course subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss breaking Dodgers updates and playoff news, because what we're about to dive into today is absolutely shocking, urgent, and something that every single Dodgers fan needs to hear right now. Dave Roberts has just made a stunning announcement about Will Smith's injury, and it's one of those bombshells that completely changes the trajectory of the Dodgers' postseason hopes. This is not the kind of news anyone in Los Angeles wanted to hear as the team gears up for another run at October glory. But the reality has officially hit. The Dodgers' all-star catcher Will Smith is out for the playoffs. Yes, you heard that right, and the way Roberts broke this news, along with the reactions around the league, has everyone stunned, frustrated, and wondering what comes next for the boys in blue. Now let's break this down, because Will Smith isn't just another player on the roster. He's been the heartbeat of the Dodgers lineup, the guy behind the plate who commands the pitching staff, the one delivering clutch hits when the team needs them most. For years now, Smith has been carving out his place as one of the best catchers in Major League Baseball, with his bat, his leadership, and his consistency. But this season was supposed to be different. This season, Smith was supposed to take yet another step forward and be that undeniable force that carried the Dodgers deep into October. Instead, we're staring at a brutal reality that changes the entire dynamic. Dave Roberts didn't sugarcoat it when he addressed reporters. His words carried the weight of disappointment, urgency, and the recognition of just how massive a loss this is for his ball club. Roberts told the media that Smith's injury, one that had been lingering quietly for weeks, finally reached a point where it could no longer be managed. The Dodgers' medical staff and front office tried everything possible, weighing treatment plans and pushing for timelines that might have allowed him to return just in time for the postseason, but in the end, Roberts confirmed the worst. Smith won't be coming back in 2025's playoff push. And immediately, this announcement sent shockwaves through Dodger Nation. Social media lit up with reactions from fans, analysts, even rival players who recognized how devastating this news is for one of the most dominant teams in baseball. Imagine being a Dodgers pitcher right now. You've spent all season working in rhythm with Will Smith. He knows your tendencies, he calls your games, he frames pitches in ways that steal strikes, and he's the guy you trust in those high-pressure moments. Losing that stability behind the plate at the most crucial time of year? That's a nightmare scenario. Dave Roberts admitted exactly that. He said there's no true way to replace a player like Will Smith. You can put someone else in the lineup, sure, but that intangible presence, that trust, that leadership, it doesn't just get filled overnight. Roberts praised Smith's fight, saying he wanted desperately to push through and play, but ultimately the team had to prioritize his long-term health. The injury, which many insiders say could be a combination of lingering hand and oblique issues, simply won't allow him to perform at the level required to survive the postseason grind. And here's the bigger picture: the Dodgers were already facing questions heading into the playoffs. Yes, they've got Shohei Ohtani crushing the baseball. Yes, Freddie Freeman has been consistent. Yes, Mookie Betts continues to shine in big moments. But even with all those stars, Will Smith was the glue that brought it all together. Think about those crucial two-out hits with runners in scoring position, those key defensive plays when a runner tried to steal second in the late innings, those marathon at-bats where Smith would grind down a pitcher until he finally got a pitch to drive. That's what the Dodgers just lost. Roberts, while keeping a professional tone, couldn't hide his emotions when he said this is one of the toughest moments he's had as a manager, not just because of the impact on the roster, but because of how much Will Smith means to the clubhouse. Teammates have already started speaking out. Freddie Freeman said it feels like a gut punch, because Smith is more than just a teammate, he's a leader and a brother. Shohei Ohtani, who rarely dives deep into public emotion, said losing Smith is painful because of the chemistry they were building and how Smith's preparation made everyone around him better. Mookie Betts called Smith one of the toughest players he's ever been around, pointing out how he continued to grind even when injured earlier this year. That's the thing Smith had been battling through, trying to hide just how much pain he was in. But sometimes the body just doesn't allow you to keep pushing, and unfortunately for the Dodgers, That time came right before the most important stretch of the season. So, the obvious question now, what does this mean for the Dodgers moving forward? Who steps in to fill the massive hole behind the plate? Dave Roberts has already hinted at some answers, though none of them provide the comfort that Will Smith gave. Austin Barnes is the first name that comes to mind. He's been with the Dodgers for years, known for his defensive abilities and his connection with the pitching staff. In fact, many pitchers love throwing to Barnes, especially in high-pressure moments. But let's be real offensively, Barnes doesn't come close to Smith. He's never been that big bat in the lineup. Relying on him full-time in October raises serious questions about whether the Dodgers can generate enough offense. The other option is young Diego Cartaya, the highly touted prospect who's been groomed as a potential future star. But throwing him into the fire of October baseball? That's asking a lot of a kid who hasn't had the chance to fully develop at the big league level. Roberts said the team will explore all options, but realistically, these are the cards they have to play. And you better believe opposing teams are licking their chops. The Dodgers, who were once viewed as the deepest, most dangerous lineup in the game, suddenly look vulnerable. Without Smith, the balance is off. The lineup has one less feared bat, and opposing managers can adjust their pitching strategies accordingly. But here's the thing about the Dodgers, they've been here before. They've faced adversity, they've lost stars, and somehow, they find ways to keep fighting. Remember when Corey Seager went down years ago? Remember when Clayton Kershaw missed huge stretches? This organization knows how to adapt, but this one just feels different. Will Smith was not only performing, he was thriving in big moments, and now that stability is gone. Roberts made it clear, the team has to rally together. It's not going to be about one player stepping up, it's going to be about everyone raising their game, from the stars like Ohtani and Freeman to the role players who need to deliver those unexpected big moments. Fans, understandably, are angry, emotional, and disappointed. Social media is full of posts saying the season feels cursed, others saying the Dodgers still have enough to win, and plenty of people demanding that the front office take some sort of action, though at this point in the year, there really isn't much you can do roster-wise. Roberts urged fans to stick with the team, to believe that this group still has the talent and drive to win, and to honor Will Smith by pushing even harder in his absence. That's a nice sentiment, but when you lose an all-star catcher days before the postseason, it's not easy to stay positive. Let's talk about what the Dodgers actually lose statistically. Smith had been hitting for power all season, with a slugging percentage that ranked among the best for catchers. He was driving in runs at a steady clip, and his on-base ability gave the heart of the lineup so much flexibility. Defensively, he was solid blocking pitches in the dirt, throwing out runners, and managing one of the most talented pitching staffs in baseball. That's not just a bat you remove from the lineup, that's a cornerstone of the entire structure. The Dodgers pitchers will now have to quickly adjust to new signals, new tendencies, and a different rhythm with someone else behind the plate. In October, when every pitch matters, that's a terrifying adjustment to have to make. Around the league, the reactions have been telling. Rival teams, while sympathetic, know this is an opportunity. The Braves, the Phillies, the Brewers, whoever ends up facing the Dodgers will approach those games differently. Without Will Smith, the Dodgers have one fewer weapon to deploy. Analysts on MLB Network called this a devastating blow and compared it to losing a quarterback right before the NFL playoffs. That's how impactful Smith is. And Dave Roberts knows it. He knows the path just got harder. Yet, here's where the story takes an interesting turn. Roberts said he had a conversation with Smith before making the official announcement. He said Smith told him, "Don't let this stop us. Go win it anyway." That's the kind of message that fires up a clubhouse, that makes teammates dig deeper. Smith may not be on the field, but his voice, his presence, and his example are still going to echo through that dugout. Sometimes, teams rally around adversity. Sometimes, losing a star forces everyone else to focus even harder. Dodgers fans are hoping that's the case here, because otherwise, this could be remembered as the season that slipped away. So where does this leave us? The Dodgers are still stacked. They still have Ohtani, Freeman, Betts, Glasnow, Yamamoto, and a bullpen that's been tightening up at the right time. They're still one of the most dangerous teams in baseball. But without Will Smith, everything feels different. Every at-bat will be magnified. Every defensive decision behind the plate will be scrutinized. Dave Roberts made it clear that the margin for error just got a lot smaller. This team has to be sharper, hungrier, and more locked in than ever before. For Will Smith himself, the focus now shifts to recovery. Roberts didn't lay out exact details of the timeline, but all signs point to a recovery process that could take months. Smith will spend the offseason rehabbing, and the Dodgers medical staff will make sure he's fully healthy before spring training 2026. That's a tough pill to swallow for a player who is poised to shine on the biggest stage, but health has to come first. Roberts said Smith was emotional when he heard the final verdict, but also determined to come back stronger. Dodgers fans know his character. He'll be back, and he'll be ready to prove that this setback won't define him. But for now, the Dodgers have to live in the present. Playoffs are around the corner, and this shocking news has completely shifted the narrative. Every team in baseball is watching to see how the Dodgers respond. Will they crumble without Smith? Or will they rally and show the kind of resilience that championship teams are made of? That's the question Roberts himself posed to his players in a closed-door meeting after making the announcement. He told them this is their moment. This is where character shows. This is where legacies are written. So Dodgers fans, buckle up. This postseason just got a lot more unpredictable. The road is harder, the challenges are greater, and the margin for error is razor thin. Dave Roberts has delivered the shocking news, and now it's up to the Dodgers to write the rest of the story. Before we wrap up, let's hear from you. How do you think the Dodgers will handle the loss of Will Smith? Can Austin Barnes or Diego Cartaya step up in his absence? Do you believe this team still has what it takes to win it all without their star catcher? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is a conversation that every fan needs to be a part of right now. And once again, if you're a true Dodgers fan and you want to stay locked in on every update, rumor, and piece of breaking news, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a thing. This story is far from over, and we'll be covering every twist and turn right here. Dodgers Nation, stay strong because the playoffs are coming, and even with this shocking blow, the journey